Good morning, Project 19 Men. I am so excited to be with you this morning. Got some exciting, good, solid information that I want to share with you this morning. It's going to help you become bigger, better, stronger as a man of God, as a man you were created for, as the man that you have set out to become, and all that you want to do and accomplish with your dreams, with your goals, and all that you want to achieve. So are you ready? Because I want to share this with you this morning. All right, guys, listen, I'm serious. I'm going to shoot straight. Good morning, sweetheart. I'm going to shoot straight with you this morning. And listen, I just want you to knock it off. I'm serious. I want you to truly just knock it off. Just knock it off. Do you remember as kids, we used to play a game called King of the Mountain? Remember that? Look, I'm gonna illustrate this. See that stone right there? I'm gonna step up on this mountain, right? You remember the game King of the Mountain. And what was the objective of the game? It was to own the top of the mountain. Your job was to get to the top by knocking everyone else off, and then once you got to the top, your job then was to keep everyone else off of the mountain, and you had to knock them off, and you had to push them down, and you had to keep them from overcoming the mountain. I want to share some stuff with you this morning, guys, because you're just gonna have to knock it off. And there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. Let me get off of this mountain before I fall off, right? So here's what I want to share with you, and something I want you to grasp this morning is so incredibly important. And that is, you have to be the king of a number of things. The king of the mountain, the king of your mountain. You're going to have to be the king of just a number of things. Good morning, Brian. It's good to see you. First of all, you need to be the king of yourself. Now listen to me. I know some of you are probably freaking out on me right now because you're like, whoa, hey, sweetheart. I think my little Rai is giving me hearts. I love you, sweetie. And hi, Christina. Good seeing you this morning. Here's the incredible thing, is you got to be the king of your life. Now don't freak out on me, all of you that, we know that Jesus Christ is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. But we are heirs with him, and we are a prince of the King, and he is the king of our life. But he has given us the stewardship of this life, and we're to rule our life as a king. We're the king of the mountain, and we got to knock everything else off and keep it off the mountain. I'll get to some things that we need to knock off as men here in just a moment, but we need to be the king of our family. We need to be the man who will buck up and own up to the kingship of ruling our family with our queen and with our prince and princesses that we have brought into this world, and to be the king of that mountain, to love and to nurture and to cherish and to rule with wisdom and insight, and to give compassion and to give leadership and to give discipline and correction and to give vision and all these different things. We are to be the king of the mountain. And then there's a number of things we got to knock off. I'll get to them again here in just a moment. But guys, you got to understand this. You got to be king of your life. You got to be that steward, that man that is of high integrity and high responsibility. He is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, but he's given us the stewardship to be kings of our life. We're to be the king of our home. We're to be the king of our business, our career, our job. We're not to be the whiner, complainer, moaner, groaner. We're not to be the one who has the negative attitude, the negative spirit. We're to be the king, and we're to rule, and we're to have dominion, and we're to be the king of our business, our career, our entrepreneurship, whatever it is that we're doing, our ministry, whatever we're called to do and accomplish and fulfill. We're to be the king of our money. We're to rule over our money, and our money is not to rule over us. And it can happen in two ways. Your money can rule over you through poverty, in that it owns you in debt, or it can rule you in greed, in that it owns you because you're always wanting more and it's never satisfying, and you're greedy and you're coveting and you're always out to get more and gain more. You got to be king, and you got to be able to rule over all of that. I love you too, Rai. Love you very much, sweetie. So, men, listen, you got to be the king of the mountain. Now here's what you gotta knock off this morning, and please listen to me. Listen to me, fellas. You gotta hear what I'm saying this morning. One of the greatest problems today in our culture in America, and especially amongst men, is we gotta knock it off. We gotta knock off being lazy. You know, we use a word to kind of ease that word being lazy, and we call it procrastination. We have a tendency in our culture to procrastinate. And men, listen, we're to be kings. King of the mountain, and we got to knock it off. We got to knock off procrastination and being lazy. We have got to achieve and accomplish and fulfill our destiny in life, build the legacy that is to be passed on through family, through our children, through business, and through ministry, whatever we've been called to do and accomplish. And we have, good morning, Lukey Dookie, I see you too, buddy. And we have got to be the king who will knock off the procrastination and laziness of life. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. We've also got to knock off, guys, another key area of our life that we've got to knock off is we've got to knock off the blame game. We've got to knock it off. We got to knock off putting blame elsewhere when responsibility falls with us. And if there is a situation that maybe we didn't bring up, or it happened outside of our control, we need to quit pointing the fingers, and we simply need to find solutions. We've got to knock it off. We got to be the king, the leader that we've been created to be and to do, and to make a difference in our world. Listen, men, life is a game, and it's the game of king of the mountain. Are you the king of your mountain? Are you knocking off all other distractions that are out there? And that's the last thing I wanted to share with you this morning about being king of the mountain. Is the last thing that we need to knock off is distractions. Let me illustrate it this way. Just last night, I was at the park with my two kids, Sarai and Luke, and we were having a great time. And there was another young couple that showed up that had 3 kids. And they're 3 little girls. One of the little girls was 1 year old. I'm not sure what the middle one, how old she was. I would say probably 4 maybe. And the oldest had to have been 5 or 6 because my son Luke knew her from school, and they were in class together. And what I found incredible was that the father, the dad, was incredibly distracted. You see, he had his dog with him, and his dog was far more important to him than his own 3 kids. I don't know how many times I heard his little girls say, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," and Daddy very seldom, if ever, showed up to go play with his kids. Now, the mom was doing her job, and she was having fun and playing and enjoying the time with her children, but the dad was neglecting to be the king of his mountain. He was refusing to step in and be with his children and make a difference in their lives. He was more occupied with his dog than he was with his own children. Listen, man, one of the things you got to knock off the mountain is distractions. You got to give yourself to what it's going to take to be the king of your home, the king of your family, the king of your business. So those are just a few thoughts I wanted to share with you this morning, men. I want everyone to get out there, have a great day. God bless. We'll see you right back here again mañana. Take care.